He says, now for the questions. Number one. So I understand that the link tier one building is gone and the link index is irrelevant. Just driving traffic will solve it. What methods do you use now for offsite? No, I think you misunderstood what I'm saying. Do you still use the SEO Shield, IFTTT, and Google Properties? Yes, absolutely. I may use other providers at times now. I'm testing several of them. But yes, absolutely. Google Properties guys they're Google Properties. You can siphon so much authority from Google Properties, period. End of story. That doesn't change. And in fact, I don't think it will ever change. It may, but it hasn't for years and it won't change. It's still a very integral part of what I do, and it will remain so for the foreseeable future. I'm starting to work more Google Properties into my kind of mix, which includes Google Cloud hosted pages, which is just HTML. Well, it's just very much like Amazon S3, Google Cloud Storage. You get buckets. You can create HTML pages. You can use you can actually build sites in Google Cloud and all kinds of stuff like WordPress sites and everything else. I'm just doing HTML stuff right now. But yeah, I mean, there's, Google Drive stacks done properly work, period. I don't care. Anybody says that it doesn't, they're just not doing it right. That's the problem. And that's their fault, not ours. So anyways, yes, I'm still using those IFTTT networks. I'm not really syndicating much content anymore because IFTTT now you have to have a paid account to have more than it's either 2 or 3 apps. They'll only allow you to turn on 2 or maybe 3. It's 2 or 3 applets without having a paid account. And I'm not going to have a paid account for every IFTTT network. I just don't want them. Don't need them. To be honest with you, I just, the syndication networks it's about creating a entity footprint, right? The footprint is not a bad thing when you're talking about the semantic web, like in an entity footprint. You want to expand your entity footprint. The syndication network is a great kind of first step. And then constantly expanding. That's what Syndication Academy is all about. Our amazing teacher, Essie, and Syndication Academy, she took over managing and teaching over there. She does really good every 2 weeks. She said does another video, another update webinar about how to expand the entity footprint using Web 2 and high authority sites that can be social hubs or semantic hubs because they can interlink to your other properties. And that's really important. You're creating a knowledge graph in the semantic web by doing that, right? And so it's really important to do that. Syndicating content, though, because of the way that IFTTT has changed recently, you only get 2 or 3 applets. Again, it's 2 or 3, I can't remember. So I just syndicate to Tumblr and WordPress now. That's it. The rest of the assets are still important, though. And that's why I said it's important to continually get that. I'm telling you guys, I mean, syndication networks are a very limited amount of properties. It's what, like 20, maybe 15, 20 properties, something like that. So if you're in Syndication Academy and you've got somebody in-house that's doing this for you, or you're doing it yourself, which I don't recommend, then it's important to follow along with what Essie's teaching, which is about, constantly going in and she does 2 or 3 properties every 2 weeks where she'll send, and walk through how to set them up and how to interlink them and all that. Go through it and put that to use. Get a VA, put them into the training, have them do it for you. So you don't have to do it, right? But that way it gets done and you're ever expanding that entity footprint. It's incredibly important. There are other services out there that you can use to purchase done for you kind of, social media profile and Web 2 profile creations. It's important to have them interlinked though. And you got to find providers that do that properly. Marketer Center has a really good thing called Social Foundations, marketercenter.com. It's Alex Scherer, I think, Andrew Scherer, I think his name is. Sorry, and if I'm butchering your name right now. But anyways, he's got marketercenter.com. He's got a thing called Social Foundations, really good service. And he's got interlinkables. There's a couple different levels. And I use that personally. I even referenced it in the Google Business Process Checklist, guys. So, again, that's really important. All right. Google properties, absolutely important. And like I said, I'm starting to do a lot of stuff with cloud properties, including Google Cloud Storage, Amazon S3, Microsoft Azure, stuff like that. Jesper Nissen has a great cloud stacking course that it's fantastic. Jesper's awesome. I just had a call with him on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. because he's in Denmark, I think. Anyways, we had a Zoom call on Tuesday morning. I love what he's doing right now. So Jesper Nissen's SEO, he's got a Twitter Moments course, cloud stacking course. It's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to what he's doing. I fully support what he's doing over there. So he's a nice guy. We had a great conversation. So check that kind of stuff out. Okay. As far as, tier 1 links being irrelevant, that's not what I said. What I said was spam links. spam links, the only thing I'm saying is for the last several months, I've been testing really heavy with link building. And I'm telling you that the bulk spam just isn't doing a damn thing anymore, but helping stuff index. I don't see it moving the needle anywhere. All the testing I've done, and that's why I said last week, I'm just done with it. I'm done with spam links other than for perhaps to help stuff index. Like some, perhaps there's some, I'm using this service called Yive Ranker, which you can submit via RSS feed. So all you do is connect it one time, and every time a new post is published on whatever that feed is that you submit, will automatically build some spam links to it. And it's just for indexing. So I only do that for like Google Business. You can create an RSS feed from Google Business Post using rss.app, which is awesome. So you can get, again, every time a Google Business Post is published, it will automatically get some, a handful of spammy links built to it, but that helps it to index. The same thing with your Web 2 RSS feeds. So WordPress and Tumblr, those are the two that I syndicate to now. So I just take those RSS feeds from WordPress and Tumblr, not your self-hosted WordPress site, but from the syndication network. And I submit those to Yive Ranker. And every time a post is published, it will send it over there and get, a couple hundred or a couple thousand, depending on what you set up, spam links built to it. They don't do anything for SEO, but they help them to get indexed. Just so you know. So I think you misunderstood what I said. Links are still absolutely important. They got to be quality links. They got to have some value, and they got to be topically relevant. That's the most important thing. And if in one of the ways that you can get links indexed is through traffic signals. Again, think about why that works, guys. If Google wants to stop spammers, then they can just discredit links to get no traffic. Think about it. Why would those links be of any value to anybody if they're never getting visited? They're just discounted. They're just discredited. It's not that they're harmful. They're just not counted. I'm not saying that there can't be a link out there somewhere that doesn't ever get any traffic, that still doesn't, I'm sure there are links that can still provide some sort of SEO value, but there's really low quality links, non-topically relevant sites. You get no traffic, no signals, nothing. They're useless. So, but traffic signals is one way for Google to pay attention. You can force Google to pay attention to that link because of traffic signals. Right. So you can spoof that using CT spam tools like Viper tools. It's a good opportunity to drop that link, guys. It's in smshort.link. Or you can do it with Google Ads. And Google Ads actually tends to work a little bit better because you're buying real traffic from real Google users from a relevant audience, from a relevant area. And so that tends to be a little bit better. But, I like the tools because it's, we like to spam. That's what we do. Right. So anyway. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. I didn't want to take too much time on that, but I want to clarify what I said. If somebody misunderstands what I say, like tier 1 links are no good. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they need to be good links, clean links that have some value from topically relevant sources. And you can manipulate that. It's what we do. It's what we teach. Okay. You use the cloud links for tier 1 or tier 2 or both. Mostly tier 1. You can use them for both though. Cloud stacking, again, I just mentioned Jesper Nissen. He's got a great cloud stacking course, guys. It's fantastic. His Twitter Moments course is badass too. You can buy it as a bundle with his Tumblr SEO course, which I haven't even gone through that one yet. I got all 3 of them, but I didn't go through that Tumblr course yet. But it's great. Just go check it out. Cloud stacking is fantastic. There's some great providers on Legit. Fastman Gigs over at Legit. He's got a cloud stacking gig over there that's fantastic. It's amazing. So again, yes, cloud links are great. I use them a lot for tier 1, but they can be used for both. Okay. The old G sites can be created now. What do? Do you only use the new G site? I mix and match. I've been testing with both. I still tend to do the newer ones because they're easier to set up. They look better. They're responsive. But there's some value to using the old site still too for SEO purposes. They look shitty. So if I'm going to rank a site that, which G sites will still rank, or use G sites as a way to power up existing assets, which is, primarily what I do with them. I try to make them look better so that they can convert if somebody lands on them, if that makes sense. But there is still some value to the old sites. You can do some stuff with the old sites that you can't do with the new ones as far as like SEO stuff, but that's for another day.